Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Monday, the 25th of May. All right, now as we look at the markets right in the middle of the Asian session here, the Asian equities having a pretty good day, up just over 1%, 1.3, 1.4%. Hasn't done a lot for the currencies, I've got to say. The major pairs not really consistently sticking to the plan with very little interest. Now, don't forget, there's a US and UK holiday today, so I would expect the markets to be very quiet, and it's almost like the weekend still. Okay, if I just give you a look at the charts, you'll see that most of the pairs. I took a bit of time just to go back through and adjust my support and resistance levels. The most pairs are just trading sideways. Okay, there are some build-ups, but at this point right now, to me, just about all the pairs. I mean, some are trading in bigger ranges than others, but at the moment, the outlook is probably sideways, I'd say, for the next 24 hours. Maybe a slight blimp up, blimp down, but no sort of major movements until we start to get that US market open. Long weekend, maybe there's a chance for some coronavirus updates. Who knows what's coming out there? So if you do have time, just have a look at the news. There's not a lot going on. There's a lot of in-between things about, obviously, Hong Kong is coming up big time on a lot of news channels. China looking to introduce national security laws, pretty much the same as China and Hong Kong. Now, it's going to cause a huge amount of issues, but, it's more for China to work out. Hong Kong, well, it's a massive ecosystem, but I'd say China have got a lot to lose, but they are sick to death of the protest most of this year. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Now, outside of this, there's no real, if you're looking for Trump and US-China sort of updates, there's not a lot there. So don't get yourself all bent out of shape trying to work out what's going on between those two. We do have, with the good setups in the currencies, we do have some opportunities coming up technically, but we have to wait for the sort of momentum to really kick into gear. Now, if I just bring you back across to the Forex Daily Market Insight. Okay, we've got, usual sort of thin market liquidity on Mondays, and obviously no prizes for guessing what's driving the market at the moment. Now, you come down to those active pairs, there's not a hell of a lot to get excited about. As I said, most of the major pairs are trading sideways. So to me, it's a real wait and see situation. If you are trading, well, you're going to be sort of potentially chasing your tail a bit, because the watch list pairs, it's full, and we do have support and resistance on all pairs, which is a good sign, right? It means there's potential opportunities, but what we're looking for is the momentum, right? This puppy here, if you get the momentum going, well, then we know which side to hit the market. That's what we're really looking for. So not a hell of a lot to sort of get pumped about there. As I said, US, UK holiday. Keep an eye on the German IFO business numbers if you are around coming into that European session. You've also got the Bank of Canada Governor Stephen Powell speaking later in the day as well. So, a couple of bits and pieces to mull over for Monday. But as I said, with the US holiday Monday, it's really the start of the week. It's not going to be until Tuesday at the very earliest. So take your time jumping into the markets. All right, guys, that's it from me. And we'll just see how this thing plays out. Just to finish with, the dollar index, to me, I mean, it's trading sideways, but I think there's a big chance either for a move to the top side, right, as if the coronavirus situation sort of blew up. It hasn't yet, right, across the board. I'm starting to get a very clear gut feeling that the US dollar or the dollar index is going to get crunched, right, 400 or 500 points. We could see Euro, Aussie, Kiwi, Sterling all shoot to the top side, dollar CAD and potentially dollar yen downwards. That's my sort of where my gut feel is for the moment, because you know what, when you do look at the news, there's all the fear's gone. It's like, okay, we're all starting out again. Let's get ready to roll. So that's where I think the big move is going to come from, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, have a good week. Cheerio.